Okay, now here I will have to start from the beginning again. So in the earlier session there was a problem in the system, so that's why I was not able to get proper timing. So now I have selected. So now it's going to start from the beginning. So now here, as you can see, this is the first lesson. The name of this chapter head is given Introduction to Human Resource Development. So before going into the detail of this subject, we must understand what are different terminologies are going to be used in this course. So the first thing we must understand what it is human resource development. So now here, as here it is already underlined, so that is a systematic and planned activities designed by any organization to provide its members. So now you can see that is a systematic and planned activities designed by any organization to provide its members with opportunities to learn necessary skills. It means here the objective is to provide organizational members skills for working in the organization in a proper way. So whatever skills are going to be required by the people working in the organization, so this is the process, okay, and that process can be delivered if the organization designs, okay, any activity, and that activity should be systematic and planned. So that's why here it is given a set of systematic and planned activities designed by an organization to provide its members with opportunities to learn necessary skills to meet current and future job demands. So whatever skills are required at present and whatever skills will be required in the future for particular job, so these things are going to be covered under human resource development thing. Let me check the timing. So now timing it is going okay, that is right, no issue in timing. So human resource development activities should begin when an employee comes in the organization. So now it may be for any particular employee, it may be executive or a worker on the assembly line, okay. So HRD activities can be designed for those all people. So here HRD programs must respond to job changes. So why it is required, means why HRD programs are required, since things change in the environment in different organizations. So to cope up with these all challenges, so organizations must respond. Organizations must provide necessary skills for the employees to work properly in the organization. For these all reasons, it is very important. So that's why given must respond. So HRD programs must respond to job changes and integrate the long-term plans and strategies of the organization. So whatever long-term plans and strategy of the organizations are there, so those long-term plans and strategies should cover, means under those long-term plans and strategy, HRD programs should be developed in accordance with those long-term plans and strategies. And why? So the reason it is that to provide sufficient or you can say efficient and effective skills, so that organization can function in efficient and effective way. So that's why given organization HRD programs must respond to job changes and integrate the long-term plans and strategy of the organization to ensure the efficient and effective use of resources. So that's it was about human resource development, that it was introduction. So now before going into detail about human resource development, we must learn something about human resource management also, because human resource development comes under human resource management. So that's why we are going to learn some functions of human resource management, and then we will move on to the details of HRD activities. So the first uh, given the function, that is the primary function. So human resource management function can be primary or secondary. So under primary functions comes human resource planning, equal employment opportunity, staffing, just like recruitment and selection, compensation and benefits, employee relations, health, safety and security. So these are mm the topics which we are going to learn under primary functions, and then we will move on to second, that is secondary functions. Under secondary function we will learn about organizational job design, so how we can design different jobs in the organization, performance management and performance appraisal systems, and research and information systems. So these things will be covered under secondary function. So first come to primary function. So under primary function, first topic given, human resource planning. Here you can see, here I am underlining. So here it is given human resource planning. So what is this human resource planning? Human resource planning activities are used to predict. So here human resource planning, it is nothing but predicting how changes in the management strategy will affect future human resource needs. So if something it is changing in the environment, something it is going on in other industries or in other organizations, then that particular organization must respond, and the management of that organization is going to take different decisions so that that can survive in the competitive environment. So that's why the management should change its decision, and according to that it is the work, or you can say it is the activity of human resource planning, which is to predict future requirement of human resource. Second primary function given, equal employment opportunities activities. So now equal employment opportunity, so these are activities. So these activities are intended to satisfy both the legal and moral responsibilities of the organization through the prevention of discriminatory policies, procedures and practices. So you see here, so equal employment opportunities are intended to satisfy both the legal, so legal means whatever comes under law. So according to the law, so whatever things are required, according to that the organization should work. So that's why here given the equal employment opportunity means activities. So these activities intended to satisfy both legal and moral responsibilities. Some moral responsibilities are also there for the organization, so they must satisfy both legal and moral responsibilities through prevention. And how they can do? They can do by preventing any type of discriminatory policies, procedures and practices. Then the third function here given, staffing, recruitment and selection. That is the third primary function of human resource management, that is staffing, recruitment and selection. So these activities are designed for timely identification of potential applicants. You see here, timely identification of potential applicants for current and future openings, and for assessing and evaluating applicants in order to make selection. Now you see here, it is given identification means whoever are put, whatever applicants are put able to work in a better way. So these are the activities which must identify, means identification of potential applicants. So potential applicants meaning those who are able, those who can work effectively and efficiently. So here identification of those applicants are going to be done, and then future openings for assessing, and also predicting means whatever things are going to be required, means whatever number of employees are going to be required in the future. So those things are also going to be assessed at this stage, or you can say in this function. and the final decision in this case comes the selection and placement. Okay, so here you see here recruitment and selection, so that's why the final. So identify, evaluate, then select, and then place. Means first of all identification of employees, means who are able to work in a better way. Second, here is assessing, evaluating those people, so whether they will be able to work in a better way or not. So that is the second thing. Then the third thing, it is going to become selection, means so those who are going already evaluated, out of those decision must be taken to select a certain number of people, and then where to place them, means in which department or in whatever post they are going to fit. According to that they should be placed in the organization. The fourth here function given, fourth primary function of human resource management, that is compensation and benefit. So what should be the salary, something like that, what are different benefits should be provided to employees, so these things are going to be covered under this. So here I'm underlining this one, compensation and benefits. So it is here you can see compensation and benefits administration is responsible for establishing and maintaining an equitable internal wage structure. You see here, so in this function what happens, maintaining an equitable internal wage structure. Equitable means according to the job they should be paid, means so whatever level of the job that is, means according to that they should be paid. So that's why given maintaining an equitable internal wage structure, a competitive benefit package, as well as incentives tied to individual, team or organizational performance. So here compensation means here it may come to evaluate different employees, and according to that they should be paid. Certain incentives should also be tied to individual performance or team performance or organizational performances. So these things are going to be covered under compensation and benefits. Then next comes the fifth one, fifth function here given, employee or labor relations. So now employee or labor relations activities include developing a communication system through which employees can address their problems and grievances. So in any organization it happens that when many people are going to work, then they will get certain kinds of problems, and it is the responsibility of human resource management to address those issues. So certain methods they should apply to address these kinds of issues, these kinds of problems. So you see what are these things, developing communication systems. If in any organization communication system it is developed in a better way, then employees may raise their problems, and whatever grievances are there, those grievances can be handled in a proper way, so that employees are going to be satisfied. Because if problems and grievances are not going to be solved, then in that case employees are not going to be satisfied, and the effectiveness, or you can say efficiency of those employees will not be as per the requirement of the organization. Sixth function of human resource management given, health, safety, security activities. Okay, so these activities seek to promote a safe and healthy work environment. So it is also the work, or you can say the job of human resource manager to look after health, safety and security activities of the organization. And the seventh and the last one given, this one it was the sixth and the seventh primary human resource management function given, human resource development. So that is the topic which we will cover in detail, because in this course we will study in detail about human resource development. So what are these? So HRD means human resource development activities are intended to ensure that organizational members have the skills or competencies to meet current and future job demands. So here it is the function. Okay, So it is a function of human resource development to provide necessary skills or competencies to organizational members, so that whatever current and future job demands are there, so those things can be fulfilled. So these are 7 primary human resource management functions. Then move on to secondary human resource management functions. Secondary functions given: organization job design, so designing the job, how works or how activities should be performed in the organization. So these things should be covered under this. So here given organization or job design activities are concerned with interdepartmental relations and the organization and the definition of job. Means here we will define job. So how jobs are going to be done, how different departments are going to interlink with each other. And then the second, okay, this one, it was the first secondary HRM function. Second HRM function given performance management and performance appraisal system. It means managing performance of employees working in the organization and appraising their activities, means how they are doing their jobs. According to that, they should be appraised, and for what purpose they should be appraised, and their performance are going to be managed, are used. Now you see here, performance management and performance appraisal systems are used for establishing and maintaining accountability throughout the organization. So why this one it is used? To establishing and maintaining accountability throughout the organization. So that's what here it is given. Third secondary function given, research and information system. So research, it is also the part of human resource management. So given here, necessary to make enlightened human resource decision. So research, it is very important part of HRM, because if HR manager doesn't go through in detail about different aspects of employees, then in that case the manager will not be able to take better decisions. So that's why it is very important to understand the research methods and information system also. Information system also because that is the way through which, or you can say this is the medium through which you can get the information related to different aspects of employees or the organization, whether it is for the present or whether it is for the future requirements. So these all information can be obtained through information systems. So next subheading given, line versus staff authority. So what are these things? So you see here, as here it is given line authority. So line authority is given to managers and organizational units that are directly responsible for the production of goods and services. So it means those managers who are responsible for the production and of goods and services, they should be given line authority. Okay, so they can take decisions, they can direct responsibility, means they can distribute responsibilities, and they can make employees accountable for their actions. So that's why here line authority, it is very important. And the second comes the staff authority. Staff authority is given to organizational units that advise and consult line units. And so here staff authority is about giving advice and consultation. And so if any problem it is going to arise in the organization, then it is the responsibility of staff manager to give advice or consult different departments for their different aspects of working. So here given traditional human resource management functional units including HRD have staff authority. Now you see here given staff authority. So it means HRD or HRM. So both have staff authorities. It means they are responsible for giving advice, and they may consult different departments on different issues. Okay, but they cannot directly direct people in the organization. So they have advisory role or consultation role in the organization. So here given in general, line authority supersedes staff authority. Like you can see, line authority means so line management means so managers who have line authorities. So whatever their decisions will be, those decisions are going to supersede the staff authority. Staff authority is meaning the authorities which HRM or HRD possess in matters. So here also the condition given in which cases the line authority means whatever it is given line authority supersedes the staff authority in matters pertaining to the production of goods and services. So if any matter it is related to the production of goods and services, in those cases whatever decisions are taken by line managers, they are going to supersede the you can say whatever advice is given by staff managers, just like HRD or HRM. Okay, now in the next section I will explain about human resource development functions.